Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the movie review for Halloween month. Now, this review, the people have been wanting me to review. They've been begging me for me to review this, which I said I would, and now you're gonna get it now. And this film, I really do enjoy. It's really fun and entertaining. And like I said, you people want to be begging me to review this film, and I said I would eventually. I said I would, and I am keeping it that. So, from the title of this video, here you go. So, the film that has been since when it came out has become a cult classic. Deservedly so. And I really enjoyed this film. I had fun with the film, despite the fact that I hate clowns. But still, it's like it's fine. I hate spiders, but at the same time, I like arachnophobia and eight-legged freaks. Well, here I don't like clowns, but here is a fun film as well that I enjoy. So here you go, my review for Killer Klowns from Outer Space. I still enjoy this film to this day. It's become a cult classic, and deservedly so. Because I think if the cult concept is from the Chiodo brothers, who helped do effects, which they helped in a hand on a lot of special effects, claymation stuff, and also had a hand in working on Critters, which I enjoy Critters. But this is like the only film that they essentially it says directed by Stephen Chiodo when he helped with his other brothers Stephen and Edward Chiodo. So, but there's a film that they actually got work on for producing, writing. Yes, all three of them had him producing, writing, and directing. Well, Stephen Chiodo did directing though, but they all had him working on it together. So. This is basically the only film that they ever get a chance to work on together. But it's a shame because I thought they did a really great job with this movie. And the film is basically a special effects movie because the effects they did, how they did with such a very low budget, is wonderful in this movie. So just like a $2 million budget, especially the film went into all to doing the effects, and which is great. With the effects in this film was great, especially with the killer clown suits and the props they use. It's really well done, wonderful job they did, and especially it's very, I'd say it's a uniqueness because. Ideally, these you don't see nowadays. It's a wild and crazy idea, and they went with it. It's something that, like I said, it's unique and just creative. It's like how Hollywood lacks nowadays. They lack creativeness now, no originality. They just want to do remakes, reboots, or reboots that are supposed to be sequels that is looks like a reboot, 2 years later, or rehash and stuff. This film has a lot of creativity and uniqueness to it, and they did a wonderful job with the minimum budget they had. And it's an easily fast-paced movie. It's an hour, just hour and a half, so hour and 26 minutes it says. Without end credits, is probably about an hour and 20 minutes. So, yeah. But I enjoy this film. It's very fun to watch, especially for special effects. And there's the big plus I give to, because nowadays, especially with Hollywood, they lack the creativity and originality they use nowadays. they're hardly, because nowadays it's mostly just remakes, reboots of and sequels to films that look like reboots. So here they made their own movie, and I think it's a really wild and crazy idea, creative, I would say, and I'll probably even say original, probably. So because, like I said, Hollywood doesn't intend to make anything original or be creative anymore, and everything is used, and everything is everything is done with CGI nowadays. And for years they try to make a sequel to this. If they make a sequel to this nowadays, it probably the Klowns would be totally CGI. I would not be surprised. But I mean, CGI is overblown nowadays. Hollywood always wants to go the cheaper route. Cannot do anything practical anymore, and a lot of it's on green. A lot of it's like green screen. A lot of times cannot shoot on locations to do stuff without using a green screen, or can't do anything practical anymore. Like sometimes when stunt work or fire stunts, this has to be CGI. Sometimes you can't have an actual stunt person on fire to make it look real, but it looks phony when it's like a CG though. And there are times I will give stuff to films that are with films with use of CGI can be visually good looking. That's why I give the new Star Wars movies props on visual effects, but that's it though, because you can't rely on good effects to save your movie, because those films suck anyway. But the effects are really good looking. But you just can't rely on good effects to help with your bad story characters. But I'm not getting into that though. But I'm just saying visual effects can for CGI can be good. Or like that film, Godzilla King of the Monsters, which I'll review after. That sequel there, that gets hate on though, but that's a visually good looking movie. The visual effects in that, because especially done Michael Dowry, the guy who directed Trick or Treat. You know, he had a passion for that. I think he did, because it looks better than the previous film. So, to me, it does. But so CGI can work sometimes in films though, but nowadays it's overblown. Sometimes it can be a lot of times it can look phony and stuff like that though. But here, the point is, with a minimum budget like this, you can make it practical stuff very fun and good looking because it's real and it's physically there. You're looking at it instead of CGI where you're just talking to something that's not there. So that's a big plus with this. It's visually good. It's a visually good looking movie with the effects, especially the clowns, the props, and the stuff, especially the surprise one, like in the back here, the sneaky gore, which I give to. So, and that's a good surprise. Plus, especially this is rated PG-13. Rated PG-13, so they got away from some of the certain things I didn't expect to see when I first saw it. So, but getting to the story, it's fairly simple. It's this a small town. Killer clowns. They fall to the earth. There's this old guy with his dog. He goes to see where the comet fell, but also there's this circus tent there, which is basically their spaceship. The dog is captured, and the farmer he dies. He dies when how the clowns they kill their victims. They have their these ray guns that kills them by putting them in cocoons of cotton candy, in which a little uniqueness where it liquefies them, and then you see one clown sucking their blood through a sippy straw, a swirly, crazy, silly sipping straw. So yeah, so they're just hungry. What they do with their victims? They trap in these cotton candies with cocoons, and they suck on their blood and all that stuff. So it basically liquefies them to suck the liquids out of them. That's what it is. And okay, cool. And how they do to the victims is cool. Then we get introduced to our main characters. There's this or there was this couple. Or the leads. Named Mike and Debbie, played by Grant Kramer and Suzanne Snyder. They go and see what it is. They find the circus tent as well. And they go inside, and I like the production, like how the inside of their ship is, like the production of the walls, and when they get into the room, like how the door is a revolving door, and other rooms, like when they get like the whole room cocoons. Really well done production, so especially with like a $2 million budget, they worked really well for the production. It was the settings. They see what those things are. First, it's a circus, and then when they find the cocoon, it's like, okay, something's off. So they find the clowns. They run away, and they go to the police. There's this one cop who always kind of likes the character Debbie. What was the cop's name? Dave. He always has a lot of, it's like a little bit of a love triangle though, but it's not too pounded down on that. Where it's just a bit where it's a fight between these two guys for one girl. It's not like that. But the one cop also likes the girl as well. And the sergeant there, played by John Vernon, who's been in films beforehand. He's like, he doesn't believe all this nonsense. He has a quote that says like, "Oh, you guys are dummies, but they're not gonna make a dummy out of me," which that plays in later. And while this is going on, the killer clowns, which the suits are really well done, excellent on the suits. And usually one has like, if you look at each one has like their own name. I think one's like Slim, one's like Jimbo, I think was like big one, or the one was named another one named Shorty or something like that. So it's like they have like simple names like that, like those, and they're just going around town just killing people, like sealing them up in these cotton candy cocoons, and like how a couple of the uniqueness were the one clown has like this pizza box, and then one pops out of, and then two other clowns are standing next to each other, or you get this one, probably one of the memorable, probably the best or the memorable death of a movie, is where there's this group of bikers, and this one clown on a tricycle approaches them. One guy mocks him, breaks his bike, and then he comes up with a pair of boxing gloves, and the guy says, "What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?" The clown just goes like, wham! Which, yeah, actually, no, this is before Jason, Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, where it just goes and knocks the guy's head off. Yeah, because what are you gonna do? Knock my block off? The clown just goes and punches the guy's head off right into the trash can, and everyone just goes and runs. All the other bikers just runs away from him. Yeah, that's like this is 1988. Jason Takes Manhattan was 89, which that was funny. Just when would do the death of Julia is like, "Take your best shot, motherfucker," and Jason goes and just punches that guy's head off as well. Well, yeah, this did before Jason Takes Manhattan. Just goes and punches that clown punches that biker's head off. And then you also get with these two guys in this clown ice cream truck as well. I will say that the acting, I will say, yeah, the acting in the film is not the best. That's all I'll give a nitpick on. The acting is not great, because for a low budget film, the acting is not that great. But it's not the worst acting I've seen. I've seen a whole lot worse, believe me. But the acting is not great. I will give it that though, but it's not great, but at the same time, it's not the worst. I know, because I know what the minimum budget they had, and they're with the actors are doing their job though, but it's not great acting at the same time, but it's not the worst. I've seen a lot of worse acting. But there, but it shows that there's next to where these clowns, they have this like give like this little parade, and there's all these more cocoons around, and then with the cop Dave, first he doesn't believe the two leads, but eventually does believe them after what he saw. And you get like another like a crazy thing where there's this one clown. Excuse me. Where there's this one clown. He's like riding. He's like riding an invisible car. Where you see headlights, you see two flashing lights. So he is riding an invisible car. With this one guy, he goes and bumps into him and drives the guy off a bridge, and that catches fire, and that guy dies. So you got a lot of creative ways where they're doing this with these clowns. You know, like I said, they get these guns, which like I think they're like their popcorn guns, like the most expensive prop. I think they looking up, which is really cool looking guns. What was that? Popcorn guns. And like I said, get a lot of creative stuff with this. Like I said, the clown driving an invisible car, or when their two leads, when they're on the ship, they get covered in popcorn. When the girl goes and takes a shower, she takes her clothes off and puts in the hamper. Even the popcorn comes to life, and they become like when she opens the hamper, and like the one of the popcorn that was in the clothes, it turns to like small little clown heads with like a little bit of like tentacle like necks with clown heads. So yeah, so you get some creative stuff in this, and or when and I think they shot at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk as well. When they go to this amusement park, I think that they shot it at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. I believe so, which isn't the first time because this is '88, and the year before that, the Lost Boys, which the town was named Santa Carla instead of Santa Clara. You know, Santa Clara Beach Boardwalk. That town was named Santa Carla, and the music park that was also shot at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk as well. And then earlier this year, the horror film of Jordan Peele's Us, which he also shot at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk too. So yeah, the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, which I've been to the boardwalk. You've seen my videos that I've been to the boardwalk, so you can check those videos out because I have been there before. Well, I've been there before I made my videos years before. So, but yeah, I made like a set of videos like one year, and then the next year me at the boardwalk at the beach and stuff. So. But yeah, the Lost Boys, and then this, and then Us, shot using the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Okay, and you get this a really cool, unique death where this is the security guard, where the clown's like, "What are you two boys doing?" Or "What are you boys doing?" Because they're getting out of their clown car, and the clowns, they throw pies at the guy, and the pop of the pies, they're not just pies. It's actually like turning to acid. So the guy just like melts when they throw the pies on the guy, and the guy like melts. It's like, ooh shit, you know, it just melts the guy with throwing pies. It's like acid pies, and then even one clown puts like a cherry on top of the pile. So it's fun. This is fun. You get some really cool deaths, and especially with PG-13, they got away some pretty gory bits, which and get back with the sergeant who didn't believe all this stuff when that character dies. Like, they won't make a dummy out of me, which is exactly what happens when one of the clowns makes him like a ventriloquist dummy, and when the clown takes his hand out of his back, it's like a bloody hand. So he digs right to the guy's back to make the guy talk. So you get some pretty decent amount of gore in this movie. Like I said, I definitely agree with that, of sneaky gore from LA Weekly. Yeah, I definitely agree on the sneaky part there. Especially this PG-13, they got away with a lot of certain things. So that's surprising. And then it's down to with our two leads, and the cop and those two ice cream drivers. they're in the spaceship. One of those, they're in the spaceship, and then the two ice cream truck drivers, which they were. I think as far as the acting goes in this movie, those two were the most annoying. I will say that too. Not only for the acting in this movie, but when it comes to those two characters, I think those two guys were a bit of annoying though, in their acting. But but when they get separated though, and they see like these two female clowns, they don't kill them, but because they're still alive. And when it comes to our three main characters, they get faced with they get surrounded. Oh, which I thought that was another cool thing when he finds out their weakness, the character Dave, he finds out how they kill these clowns is to pop their noses and then they explode. And the guy doesn't kill a couple of clowns in this movie. Like one, like he accidentally shoots with his pistol, shoots one in the nose, and the one clown blows up. Then he gets a shotgun when they're trying to escape from the clowns. He shoots a couple more and they explode too. So yeah, so the other weakness is just to pop or shoot their noses and then they'll explode. And then you get the one bit of gory scene where when one clown is peeling the cotton candy cocoon revealing a bloody face and taking all those crazy bit sippy straws, just sipping the blood out of the body. So yeah, you see some decent pretty amount of the crazy gores in this movie. And then when there's the times when they're surrounded by the clowns, then you get this big, huge, giant clown. And the character Dave, he tells them to run, and he's getting grabbed. He gets grabbed, and then he goes and takes his badge, and just goes and pops the giant clown's nose. And even when the guy thinks of those two ice cream drivers, when they get their car tossed because they try to hit it, and they get tossed and it explodes, you assume they're dead. And then even they assume that Dave is dead as well, and they try to when they try to get away, as the two leads, Mike and Debbie, Mike and Debbie? Yeah, Mike and Debbie. As they make it outside, as the cops come, and as their spaceship is about to leave, and that's when Dave pops the giant clown's nose, and they explodes, and their spaceship explodes as well. They think he's dead, but he's not. He's still alive. The same with the two ice cream truck drivers. Like, oh, I thought you were dead. Oh, we hid in the freezer of the ice cream freezer. Talk about nuking the fridge. Remember Indiana Jones 4 when he survived a nuclear explosion and hide in the refrigerator? Years before that, hey, maybe they took someone from this because hey, the two truck drivers, the ice cream truck drivers, they survived the explosion by hiding in the ice cream freezer. And I guess that's originally they originally wanted to make the character Dave die, the cop. But I guess they didn't want to do that. So they wanted to have an upbeat ending instead of a downbeat ending, which is fine because it was a happy ending, and it ended with that when their ship exploded. It was like all fireworks. So, I thought I was missing something though. But I forgot to mention another creative thing, which I'll get to. But but the film, we still got. Five of their characters that survived, they didn't die. So our couple, which I think including the cop. So the three people, which is like the cop with the love triangle and all that, but wasn't too hammered in, and the two ice cream truck drivers. So yeah, it wasn't totally downbaited when the whole ship didn't think it was a sequel baited ending though when the whole when their ship exploded. But I still enjoy this movie, and I know for years they've wanted to make a sequel. I think ringing up now they don't want, they think they have no plans to do a sequel now because in August 2019, after when Disney bought Fox, they revealed that Fox intended on developing a sequel to Killer Klowns from Outer Space, but Disney had canceled it along with 2 other projects. So, yeah, since now that Disney owns by Fox, guess they canceled a whole bunch of projects, and maybe including this film. I mean, a sequel to this film. But to even do a sequel, I don't think a sequel to this will not work nowadays, because like I said, the clowns will probably be CGI'd, so, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But I still enjoy this movie, and like I said, it's just, yeah, the acting is not great in this movie, though, but it's still a fun popcorn film to watch for, on a effects level, because the effects of this film are really great, especially with the clown suits. They're really excellently well done, especially with like a $2 million budget. Really well done for the effects on the suits, with the props, like the guns, and like with the cocoon, cotton candy cocoons, and then the production of the inside of the spaceship, and some of the gory kills as well, and like some of the creativeness, just like how, like with the clown with his invisible car, or like the acid pies melting, the acid pies melting the guard. Or there's another thing where early in the movie, when there's one clown makes like an animal balloon puppet of a dog, and that animal dog balloon starts moving on its own, like trying to sniff him out. So that was another cool idea as well. So yeah, this film had a lot of creative ideas behind it. I would say it's creative, unique, and sad to say original. I'm calling it as original as it seems, because nowadays stuff like this are not original nowadays. So I would say, yeah, it's like an original film from 3 guys who helped do effects. They written it, produced it, and directed. One of them directed, though, but still, they all had a hand in making, writing, producing, and directing. Come on. And the score by John Mazzari, especially the opening song by the Dixies. I forgot to mention the opening song of the Dixies, Killer Klowns from Outer Space. I really enjoy that song. It's a really fun song that was playing during the opening of the movie. I enjoyed the opening song, and the rest of the score was fun. Fine, I would say, not fun. On effects level, it's really great, and essentially the giant the giant clown as well was also played by the director, which they wanted to do like a stop motion animation, which they also had a hand in making. Well, they did claymation stuff, but I think the director awarded the big suit for it. But yeah, I can see why this has become a cult classic. And it's an hour and 26 minutes without the end credits, probably just about an hour and 20 minutes. So it's easily fast paced. Score was still fine, and especially the opening song of the Killer Klowns from Outer Space from the Dixies, that was great. Like I said, the effects in this film are really great, especially for a low budget it was. They made it look. If a film like this went down a $2 million budget nowadays, it probably look like it costs like about what, $10 million, if I want to go that far. But yeah, I don't know what I can say about this film. I really enjoy this movie. Yeah, like I said, the acting is not great, but I've seen worse though. But on an effects level, it's really well made. But I enjoy Killer Klowns from Outer Space. So the people who wanted me to review this film, there you go. Here's your review of it. So I hope you're all satisfied. But most people wanted me to review this film, so here you have it. I enjoyed the movie. I still do. As I seen it years back, and I had fun with the movie. And it's a great effects and, like I say, creative uniqueness. Especially Clowns, hell of a lot better than the new It movie. The 2017 one, and Chapter 2. I mean, that clown, that Pennywise clown. See, it's probably the clowns would see that Pennywise a clown. They probably zap that Pennywise and make him to a freaking cotton candy cocoon and suck the life out of him. I take these clowns better than that clown. And until Tim Curry's Pennywise, I still might find it scarier than Bill Skarsgård is. I'm sorry. Yeah, I find have these clowns go invade Derry and then take all the children so that way take away all that Pennywise's fear away, and that way no one be afraid of him. Or they take away the people in that town of Derry, and they go hunt after Pennywise and try to suck the life out, put him in a cocoon and suck his blood out of there. I'd rather watch that movie than that. Yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space versus Pennywise the Clown, the new one, not the Tim Curry one. Because I like Tim Curry's one. So, but I'm saying if anyone likes the new It movies, that's your opinion though. But I'm trying to make fun of here. I'm trying to have some fun by because I did not like the first one. I was saying, I'm just pointing out. I'd rather watch that movie, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, versus the 2017 Pennywise the Clown. But yeah, I'm just trying to have some fun here. So, but I definitely had fun with the movie. So yeah, so bad about the sequel. Well, to me, I think it's for the better because I think it went out work nowadays. It's been over 30 years later. But yeah, but that's my review of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I give it a thumbs up. I would. It's definitely worth a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned on the next review for Halloween month. Later.